lot of you have been asking how the knee's been doing. I was away on vacation, so sorry for not posting any more videos recently. Thanks for your concern. And for you guys out there, I know more and more you're watching the videos that have ruptured your patellar tendon. So, I'm figuring stuff out as I go. With my background in strength, it's been pretty helpful in talking to some of the top minds out there, like Louis Simmons. I'm happy to say, made a huge step forward the past couple weeks, now up to 111 degrees as of today. So within the past 3 weeks, I made about 33-degree improvement. On vacation last week, I started noticing, a big step forward, and part of that was I started going bipedal down steps. I would have to hold the railings, and it wasn't that smooth, but instead of just going on my right leg and let my left leg trail, went right, left. Each time I planted that left foot and went into flexion going down the steps, boom, I'd get a pop. I got a couple pops a day. And I'm going to show you something else I did on vacation. Some of you have been asking about. What else? Riding the bike, guys. Once you're able to get a revolution, start with your heel on the pedal, okay? And reverse pedal. You can get a revolution a little easier that way. And now I'm riding the bike, the stationary bike, reverse and forward that way without any compensation from the hips, which is another point I'll talk about in a minute. You got to be careful with. For those of you that are just starting your PT, I just got my report for the surgeon this week that I actually read myself, and on the operating table they had bent my leg to 90 degrees, okay, with no issues. So the sooner you can start bending that leg, the better. I waited too long. Part of that was fear. It was immobilized, but knowing if it happened to my right leg now, knowing what I know now, I'd be bending it, within a week, immediately trying to get back to 90, because then that scar tissue really locks up. Putting some muscle back on, which I'll show you in a second, which is very, it's great. So I'm definitely going to be ready to compete next spring, summer, in a bodybuilding show, which will be a year after. And don't forget, I did 4 separate injuries to my knee. Patellar tendon was one of them. 4 at the same time, though. The IT band, patellofemoral ligament, and the medial and lateral retinaculums blew out. So very severe, but it's 3 months after. I was even on an elliptical today playing around. Pretty much jogged up my steps at the house before. So, way ahead of the curve. So I'm very happy with that. You got to stay motivated. You got to stay inspired. Now, something my chiropractor's been doing for me. Well, let me talk about this before, the chiropractor. You're going to compensate with your hips with this, when you have this type of injury from being on crutches or just your gait's going to be off. Unfortunately, my back went out again this week. It happens about once a year. I have, my L4, L5 discs are completely out, from the years of bodyboarding and whatnot. Sometimes they act up, though. So that's kind of frustrating, being that my knee's starting to feel better. But I'll deal with that. But be careful with your hip. Make sure you keep the hips as mobile and flexible as you can, and now and in the future too. It's going to lead to healthier knees and your back too. It's all connected. Now, my chiropractor's been doing a Graston technique on my knee, and I picked up my own buffalo horn, as you can see. Get this on Amazon.com. It cost me like 16 bucks. Little bottle of lotion. And I'm going to try to zoom in, so you just have to listen when I'm talking. This is an old Chinese. You don't need to buy the $3,000 Graston tools. That's freaking ridiculous. And the certifications they try to charge for. This is an old Chinese method, for healing muscles and tight muscles. So we're just using it on the scar tissue, getting it to lay down the right way. And you can do this once a day. I just rode the bike for 20 minutes. And so let me just get up on the couch. Again, it's a little tougher with my back right now, but the knee is feeling excellent. Okay, so put the knee right out there in front of you guys. Let's get some lotion on it so it's can slide a little easier. Put that knee in, as far as you can, 45, 90 degrees. And you're going to take the horn, okay? And I'm just scraping. Right now I'm working the area of the medial patellofemoral ligament, which snapped on me. Big improvement in this area over the past 2 weeks. I could feel the scar tissue in there, but I'm just trying to go with, you know, the direction of the knee, just getting that scar tissue to lay down the correct way and remodel. Okay, and I noticed I had some scar tissue up here on the quad tendon. That's partly from, you know, the damage to the kneecap and just being immobilized for so long. Coming right down through here. Okay, working around the scar in one side of my patellar tendon. This side actually has filling. Okay, and you do this, guys, until you get, let's see if I can get it, a red area. Once it's red, you move on. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's starting to get red. You know, I'm working the IT band that snapped. Getting big improvement in this area over the past couple weeks. Okay, and this is going to be a little painful, but, you know, you guys are tough if you have this injury. It's nothing you can't deal with. Working the other side of the patellar tendon. Now this part pretty much has no feeling, you know, from skin damage and nerve damage, but a lot of scar tissue in there. I don't know if you can hear that. You can kind of hear the scar tissue crackling. Listen. Okay. Now I come right up over the kneecap too, just to make sure nothing is gluing that down. Work right over the scar. It's a little sore right in there. Guys, the pain gets better too. You know, I push it to the point of being uncomfortable now, but the pain is pretty much non-existent. It gets stiff when I'm standing for a while. You know, I'm always up at the gym. But I went hiking for 4 hours the other day without even a knee sleeve on. And it held up. You know, strength-wise, I'm very, very happy. Kind of knew that wasn't going to be an issue. So I'll make sure I post some more strength stuff for you guys. But on the hike, it got a little stiff, that was all. You know, so we're trying to get some redness in here. Alright, and you could go a little longer than that, but ice, definitely, let me adjust this up so you guys can see me. Okay, definitely Dixie cup, fill it with water, freeze it, peel the top off, ice 5 minutes at a time. You know, that's equal to about 20 minutes with an ice pack. If you can see the leg, you know, they're starting to put some muscle back on. And again, guys, that's only 3 months out. Alright? I think that's it for now. Like I said, I'll post some more strength stuff for you guys. Keep your heads up. That's most important. I hit a wall about a month ago, and I was very, very frustrated. It was looking like they're going to have to go back in and scope it and clean out some scar tissue. But now I'm you know, very, very happy with where we're at. So just remember, keep your heads up. Hit me up if you guys need some inspiration. You'll get better. All right? Win the day, boys.